Hi Sagittarius, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com, and you can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. And this is your monthly forecast for January 2013 with an annual overview as well. Happy New Year, Sagittarians. We start 2013 with a focus on a part of your chart which has three planets that are transiting. Yes, there seems to be quite a cosmic party that seems to be happening in a part of your chart that has to do with pursuing your material wealth, your material security. We have Sun, Mercury, and Pluto that are going to be coming and lighting up this part of your chart. This is the house where we settle in. This is the house where we make a little security nest. This also speaks about being consistent at your work and getting a lot of accolade for it, Sagittarians. This also speaks about planets. They speak about deliberate action that gets taken in this house. Now we have Sun that is going to be giving you a lot of confidence. Sun is going to be giving you a sense of self-worth, a validation for your dreams, for your goals, for your desires. It's going to be lighting up this part of your chart, and you're going to be feeling quite upbeat about your work when this aspect starts for you in January. Now Mercury is going to be making you quite chatty, and Mercury will make you articulate quite well. Mars is going to be activating your third house, and your third house is about learning, your third house is about communication, and Mars is a planet of aggression and action. And do try and be watchful around this time, Sagittarians, that you do not suffer from a foot and mouth disease, or you do understand as to where it is that you stop being witty and you start being obnoxious or rude. So be very careful with Mars. You may say things which could backfire or which could not be taken in the same way that may have been intended by you. Your mind could be overstimulated at this point of time as well, Sagittarians, and you could be quite playing the little detective. You will be very curious about others' lives. What is it that is happening in their lives? What is it that they are doing? And it will be quite interesting, or rather amusing for you to be collecting all the gossip all around you. Be careful again over there. There shouldn't be a cross of information that you accidentally let it slip. You, however, have to be careful about a lot of pleasure through short trips on bikes, or even going out with groups of people could benefit you, and you will be in quite a mood to be traveling together. Venus is going to be entering your second house as well, and Venus, of course, symbolizes love, beauty, and sex, and also money. She also speaks about making choices. So, Venus is going to be helping you manifest what it is that you want out of your life materially, what it is that you need, how it is that you perceive money. However, with Venus being over there, Sagittarians, be gracious. Try not to worry so much about your material success. Try not to judge yourself by the money that you have in the bank. I think it's a time where you need to be looking at money in a more relaxed and in a more comfortable way. It's just a means to an end. And trust me, the more you hoard it, the more it will find its way to slip out of your fingers. So be a bit relaxed about money. Try not to get too stressed about it. And with Venus being over there, she's just going to help you attract more wealth. What it is that you send out, she's going to be getting it for you. So try to intend well. Try not to let your worry get into the way of intentions while you're doing it. Now, she again, that is Venus again, enters your house from the October 8th through November 16th, and she's going to be encouraging you to have fun. And if you are looking out for a potential partner, this is an excellent time to date as well. For those of you who are in committed relationships, your bond will just get deeper. This is also a time where Venus is, like I said, about making choices as well. So there could be some decisions around marriage that you may make. Some of you may decide, I think, some particular decisions, some joint decisions that need to be taken in your relationship. However, between the time frame between your October 8th and November 16th, this is not the time to be playing solitaire. Find a partner, go out with a special someone, travel, go for parties. It's an excellent time, Sagittarians, and don't do it alone. Don't sort of um, play the martyr and say, I'm quite all right the way that I am and I don't need anybody. But make an effort to seek out your friends and go for this. Jupiter is going to be entering your seventh house this year as well, and Jupiter is going to be focusing on your partnerships, on your friendships, on your business partnerships, and even in your on your marriage. And try not to think, Sagittarians, that everybody has an agenda with you. Nobody's operating with a secret agenda for you, so be very careful over here. Also try to be fair as far as sharing of information is concerned. The joint partnership, it requires transparency, it requires effective communication. So try to be as articulate as you can. Try to speak the truth. Try not to sort of package the truth, and try not to mislead people. Also, this is the Jupiter's effect will also expand and enhance your effect. So the more fun that you have, the more honest that you are, the more giving, loving, sharing that you are, the more the experience will multiply for you. So keep that. Also stay away from power struggles both at your work, and trust in partnerships both in personal and in professional relationships. Have faith that things will turn out for the best, or people are doing things to the best of their ability for you. Also, these are the experiences that are going to be shaping up your mind as you go ahead. So like I said, transparency, communication are the two very important things. Also, you will be this aspect will also focus on questions like that: how it is that you are when you are in a relationship, what it is that you feel. Do you tend to hoard emotions? Do you tend to be very stingy with your emotions? Do you tend to be very stingy with your money? Does it make you nervous to be in a relationship? Are you a better person when you are on your own? And these are I think the focus. Pluto is going to be highlighting this all. Saturn is there in your 12th house. That is a house of karma. That is a house where you go and you retreat. It's a house of emotional retreat. It is the house of behind the scenes. It also speaks about insanity. It speaks about hallucination. It speaks about confinement. It speaks about prison cells, sickness, and hospitals in the traditional astrology. So don't worry. Those are just the symbolic. In modern astrology, it has to do with confinement in your mind, on the thoughts, on how it is that you're stuck on the past, how difficult you find it to forgive, how difficult you find it to move on, that you've become a prisoner of your own mind. Sagittarians, it's very important that during the next 2.5 years, while Saturn is there and she's sitting and watching you and teaching you lessons, that you work with the Saturn energy, that you learn the lessons well. And Saturn is all about action, and she's about transformation, she's about change. She's not about contemplation. She's not a planet which is going to sort of let you sit and ponder and think and tell you that okay, maybe next year you can do something about it. Saturn speaks and asks, rather demands for a change now. And if the change does not happen willingly, she will create situations for you in which you are forced to change. And 12th house has to do with, like I said, it has to do with spirituality. It also has a lot to do with your perceptions, how it is that things were when you were growing up, how it is that certain conditioning has got formed when you look at your relationships, how it is that you behave, or what was your nurturing like while you were growing up. Is it that you operate out of love, or do you operate out of fear? These are the questions that are going to get asked by Saturn, and these are the lessons that are going to get taught. I think the most important thing about the 12th house also is being the prisoner of your mind. It is how it is that you choose to shut yourself. It is how it is that you believe in certain things that are not true. It is said as per astrology that when you approach the house of, when you approach the 12th house, you should approach it with a lot of suspicion as well, because normally what you see or what you hear or what somebody is telling you, it may not be true, and it could be just a part of your imagination, or it could be a creation of your own insecurity. So be very careful over there, Sagittarians. And like I said, give people a chance. rather than putting them everybody under a category A or a category B and then sealing the box and throwing it down the ocean. Look at it differently. Look at as to where is it that it is stemming from, what it is that makes you fearful. How was your nurturing while you were growing up? Were you brought up by extremely strict, controlling, and demanding parents? And these are the patterns that could have got formed for you as you were growing up, and that is what has made you today. And when you reach this house, it is a time where you have pretty much become a willing prisoner to your past. You quite enjoy whipping yourself with all the past mistakes. The trick for you over here, Sagittarians, is to be a young Dalai Lama in your mind. It is to walk in a quarter mile of a library which has your memories, shine a light on your past mistakes, learn from them, and move on. There's nothing to hang on to, sort of. There's no point hanging on to your past mistakes because they're not going to be doing any good to you, Sagittarians. Saturn retrogrades on February 18th till July 8th, and that is the time that you could sort of take stock of things, revise, retweak things that need to be done, something that needs to be redone again in a relationship, in a friendship, in a business partnership. Go and make the change, Sagittarians. We have a very interesting aspect. We have a Pluto and a Uranus square, and that happens on the May 21st and on the November 1st. The last of this kind square that happened was in the 60s, and that is a time where we saw a lot of activists wake up. We saw a lot of freedom of speech. We saw gay rights. We saw people coming out more and asking for what it is rightfully theirs. We saw a lot of political turmoil. We saw a lot of influence on rock music as well. And 2013 will have a strong flavor of the 60s. Uranus is the eternal wild boy of astrology. He relates to everything that has to do with rebellion, with independence, with controversies, with confusion, with chaos. And every time he moves into a part of the chart, he shakes up that particular aspect of the chart. And we have Uranus that is going to be moving into your fifth house, that has to do with love, it has to do with romance, it has to do with children. It also has to do with your self creativity, your self expression. Your Uranus is making a square to Pluto, that is there in your second house, that has to do with your earned income. Now, there could be some very interesting times that you could be spending with your children, maybe quite radically different holidays. It could be maybe a safari, maybe going away for an adventure sport, and some very interesting and innovative times going to be spent with kids. At the same time, there could be some unpredictability around the way that you deal with people who are closest to you. I think there could be some kind of a turmoil in your personal relationship, and this has to do with communication. It seems that you may have said something which was quite uncalled for or quite unexpected, or even you didn't expect to say it, but it seems to have caused a rift over there, Sagittarians. So watch out for that, because this trend carries on for you this year as well. We have the Pluto square that happens in a house, which speaks about your earned income and how it is that you your sense of security as far as the money is concerned. Pluto is all about truth and transformation, and Pluto is going to be making you look at as to where it is that your security stems from, what it is that you, or how it is that you feel when you think about money. Does it make you worry? Does it make you insecure? Does it make you fearful? It's going to be making you look at your own personal security. Do you have enough in the bank? And despite having, are you constantly worried about that aspect as well? And this is relating to the part of your chart that has to do with love and romance. So this fear, the insecurity, the need for sort of constantly hoarding or constantly putting something aside is being the way that you're also emotionally, you seem to be relating or dealing with people whom are closest to you or people whom you love. So there's a big lesson over there, and Uranus coming over there is going to be pushing you. It's going to be shaking up this part of your chart. And Pluto is about transformation. He's going to be asking you to transform. It's never too late to change, Sagittarians. Try not to cause a rift or rather break relationships as you go along. Be very careful. And I think the lesson that you need to be learning this year is that money is just a means to an end. by the end of it, money doesn't have much importance. So that's the key thing for you. Overall, an interesting year, Sagittarians. Of course, it has its own quirks and its own challenges, but I would say a lot of interesting lessons to be learned as well. Your work certainly looks more consistent and more stable than 2012, so a great job over there. Have a fantastic January. I'll see you again in Feb, and thank you so much for watching.